Hello, good people. I've got Wendy, the brand manager of Castle Lager. Can you tell us about this campaign? What does that want to achieve by doing what you're doing today?
So Castle Lager has been around for 127 years and has always been about instilling a sense of pride in being South African.
Yeah.
We've always been involved in sport, our local cuisines, but now we want to instill pride through our communities. So we really want to instill the sense of pride and hope for South Africa through communities as well as the characteristics of South Africans, which is really about courageous optimism and resilience.
It's for the fact that we also have two women on the panel, you and the owner of this place. How important it is to see women engage in such businesses and to see them being empowered?
Absolutely very important. So definitely something that we want to showcase is really the strength of women in business.
Yeah.
We know that women have been the lifeblood of Kasi,
yes.
as Marita spoke about, really putting a lot of people through university, giving them hope and inspiring. That's what we are here for.
In terms of the brand, it also does empower special communities when it comes to businesses. But there's other things that you guys maybe can achieve. What is that you want to see special change in our communities?
Yeah, I suppose it's the sense of pride and the sense of hope. So really showcasing the impact that people have every day in their lives. And I think those came through in beautiful stories from both our sporting legends as well as DJ Spoo, as well as Marita, around the impact that people had on their journeys to success. So it's really reminding the community that they are great because we are great.
But in terms of, you guys started this campaign, are you willing to even reach rural areas, other classes? Because I believe that you don't have to just to end there, but it has to expand.
Absolutely. It's about community, right? Whether that be Kasi or rural communities. So it's really about the characteristics and the sense of community and what impact that has on our country as a whole. So really our pride and our hope comes from the sense of community and the characteristics that reside within.
This year, what is that the Castle is bringing differently? We know Castle has been there, and what is that you guys bring differently? We want to see something new. Is there anything that you guys are bringing on board in terms of marketing, in terms of sports or businesses?
So you'll see a lot of our local content creators from local communities collaborating with us to create the characteristics and feeling and what it means to come from Kasi. So that's part of our campaign, as well as the fact that you'll see later on in the year, we're going to do a similar thing to what you saw in the panel, where we'll have our various sporting players coming back with the stories of how members of community have facilitated their journey and what impact they've had on their lives. But later on in the year, I think our big one is really our small business campaign, which is really about empowering small businesses within communities, because in order for South Africa to grow, it's really within our Kasi economy that we need to see growth.
Of course, this board, the entrepreneur all the way coming from this Kasi.
Yes, sir.
For the fact that we've got the Castle bringing this great initiative, special like color correlation visa. What does that mean to you then?
Thank you very much for having me, my brother. I'm very humble. I think it's very important for us to not forget where we come from. Our roots are extremely important, our history, our culture, who we are, and just bonding and just being in touch with our communities. I think a lot of us get to do well. We get to get blessed in our corporate careers or even in our businesses. Some of us end up doing well. We end up traveling the world. We end up even moving to the suburbs. You end up not even visiting your township for many years, but you forget you were just that kid that needed somebody to believe in you one day, you know? So it's all of our responsibility to go back to our townships. And what I love about today's launch, Castle new campaign that says it's within us. a lot of people are actually waiting for some messiah to come and save them. They don't understand it's actually within. The fire is not outside, the fire is within. You gotta have that burning desire from kamokhare, from ngaphakathi uzimisela ukuthi, you know what, ke batla go bushentsha bophelo ba mo ntlong, ngifuna ukuyitshintsha impilo ya life that live. I'm sick and tired of poverty. You know, I'm going to get up, I'm going to do something. It starts within. But a lot of people, unfortunately or sadly, they're looking outside. They're looking at some savior from, I don't know, from their favorite political party or some savior from Mudimu or from, and God says, you know.
So, and I believe that it's going to spread. And for the fact you also come from this country and you managed to be who you are today. What is that? What inspired you to be who you are?
It's very humbling, Joe. Every time I share around the Kokasi, Kasi is staying when I was still growing up. Oh, there wasn't this place when I was still growing up. Wow, Kasi akaya hula, things are changing. But babang bakhudi, they're no longer living in the hood. They've moved on, and you know. But it humbles you. So I gotta be doing things here. And for me, what inspired me to be the person that I am, as I did say earlier, that so growing up selling and being used to what I said, called drinking the lustro, the chocolate, the materi, kauza, got me used to speaking. That's why I'm a very outspoken person. That's why I ended up even doing well when I got into the entertainment industry, because you know. So when I was a young kid here, I started at a community radio station. That's why a community is important.
Very important.
Because the first break that I got was a radio station in this township. That's the radio station that's responsible for building DJ Smooth, right? So a lot of people shouldn't neglect the little facilities that are in their townships or the little inspiration that is in their townships. Shimza owns a business here in this township. Mama's one, and look at her establishment, how beautiful it is. It started from a container, even before Busy Corner. From a little container, but look at it right now. So all of these beautiful, inspiring stories that come from the township, they have to be celebrated, but we have to go back to our roots. That's why I love what Castle is doing to launch Ekasi with those Kasi heroes and rolling out a campaign to the rest of the country. But I'm just excited with Kale Kaslam.
Johan, you've been part of this campaign that the Castle is taking to our neighborhoods. What is your take on that?
Well, as I said earlier, it's a great initiative for young people, for less privileged people, and it's such an honor to be associated with them and to be here and just to see the work they're doing within the townships and not only there but in South Africa.
So in terms of change and growth, what is that you want to see changing?
I would like to see less privileged people get more opportunities. And through the work Castle is doing and helping them, it's awesome to see that. But I think if everyone can stand together, we can do a lot more.
So you touched on, I remember on the podium, you touched on that you also like to be part of and also help those communities that are less privileged. What is that you have in mind in terms of getting there and get the job done?
Well, for me, it's, I want to be involved in the sporting aspect of it, and that's all I know. I want to help people don't have the finance or to go to schools or to. So we want to see the talent and help those guys to make it in life. So I really would like to do that.
I mean, looking at for the fact that you're an influencer, it's easy for you to get out there. Do you have any frame time whereby you will start doing all the work that you want to do?
Yeah, well, there's some free time. I have two boys, but there's always some free time. I've got a small heart, and I think if you want to do something in life, there's always time, and you can make time to do that. So I would love to do that.
In terms of businesses, especially in township economy, what is that you want to see changing?
I would like to see all the people have the same opportunity in life, and especially in South Africa. I mean, I think that's the number one thing. Just everyone needs to have the same opportunity to make it.